Have you ever felt a little out of place from the world, as if you were living in a parallel reality and no one had warned you? That's that. Perhaps you are more awake than you think. The truth that no one tells you, and that may even bother some, is that most people still live trapped in an illusion, ignoring that the ascension to the fifth dimension is already happening, silent and relentless. While some continue to run after empty goals, others have already realized the secret signs that announce a new vibrational era. And the best part? If you are here, reading this now, it is no accident. There are powerful changes happening within you: spiritual transformation, perception shift, energetic realignment, and understanding these signs can change your life almost immediately. Get ready. Today I'm going to show you the signs that most never notice, but that, if you recognize it, you will have in your hands the true map to live in tune with the universe. Oh, and don't expect the obvious. Because some of these signs will challenge everything you believed about reality, nonlinear time, expanded consciousness, and more. Have you ever felt that, lately, everything around you seems kinda different? As if the clock was half drunk, people acted unexpectedly and coincidences jumped in front of you like fireworks. Well, my friend, welcome to the transition to the fifth dimension. This shift in perception is not the result of your imagination, it is your first real contact with expanded consciousness and the beginning of a journey where energetic frequency dictates the rules of the game. As we go through this new reality, nonlinear time becomes our inseparable companion. In one day, everything seems to run like a marathon; in the other, the hours drag on as if they were carrying stones. This wacky dance of time, combined with the emergence of quasi-cinematic synchronicities, signals that our vibration is tuning in with the orchestra of the universe. You know that moment when you think of a person and, boom, they call you? Well, it's not a coincidence, it's an inner awakening. With this spiritual transformation underway, small realignments begin to appear in our practical life. Changes in tastes, interests, and even in the way we see old problems are just some of the signs. Like a river that finds new ways to flow, we need to learn to flow with the universe, leaving behind what no longer resonates with this new vibration. And that, my dear, leads us directly to something even more intriguing: the mysterious sensation that time has ceased to obey the clock. Have you ever noticed how, sometimes, one day seems to pass in the blink of an eye, and other times it drags itself as if stuck in quicksand? No, you're not going crazy. This mess in the perception of time is a clear symptom that we are moving out of the old structure of linear time. When the expanded consciousness begins to act, time ceases to be a straight line and becomes an ocean, where we surf the waves according to our internal energetic frequency. This nonlinear time asks us to learn to live in a more intuitive way. Instead of fighting with the clock, it's best to start the day by asking, what is today's spiritual priority? It may sound simple, but following your intuition when choosing tasks transforms everything. An example. Instead of following a time to-do list, how about trying writing down 3 intuitive intentions in the morning? This helps you align your day with the flow of the universe, without forcing anything. In addition, realizing this elasticity of time is an invitation to dive into the change in perception that comes with inner awakening. As you disconnect from the rigidity of the clock, you begin to observe synchronicities flowing, such as magical encounters and unexpected opportunities. And the beauty is that the more you trust this natural rhythm, the more life unfolds lightly, which, by the way, directly impacts our emotional bonds, as we will see later. As the energetic frequency rises, some relationships that once seemed unbreakable begin to lose their meaning. It's not drama, it's not ingratitude, it's energetic realignment, pure and simple. When our expanded consciousness awakens, our bonds must keep up with this new vibration, or they will naturally dissolve. Don't be surprised if old friends seem distant or if new connections emerge as old acquaintances from another life. It is the invisible dance of the fifth dimension in action. This shift in perception teaches us to value relationships that nourish our soul, not just our old habits. Want a simple exercise? Make a mental list: who lifts you up and who drains you. Start investing time in those who are aligned with your spiritual priorities. This does not mean cutting ties abruptly, but allowing each one to follow their natural path. When you connect with people who vibrate at the same frequency, synchronicities become even more evident. Meetings, partnerships, and even friendships arise effortlessly. And the most beautiful thing is that, in this process, authenticity flourishes like never before. You allow yourself to be who you really are, without social masks. And guess what? This is magnetic. Authentic people attract deep, spontaneous, and transformative connections. As these new bonds form, something even more magical happens. The call of nature begins to become irresistible. Have you ever felt that trees seem more alive? That the singing of birds has a special message just for you? It is not fantasy, it is the call of the fifth dimension. As our expanded consciousness strengthens, the connection with nature deepens in an almost magical way. Animals, plants, and even stones seem to communicate, as if they are part of our spiritual transformation and help us maintain energetic realignment. For those who want to intensify this exchange, a few simple practices make all the difference. Walking barefoot on the earth, hugging trees, meditating near rivers, or observing the sky at dusk are small rituals that attune our energetic frequency to that of the planet. A practical example. How about setting aside 10 minutes a day to sit under a tree and just breathe, feeling the nonlinear time flow? This type of practice also strengthens intuition, which becomes our natural compass. And there's more. When you reconnect with the earth, new types of synchronicities emerge. It could be the appearance of a specific animal on your path, such as a butterfly or an owl, bringing important messages of your inner awakening. It's as if nature is subtly guiding you to the next step of the journey. And this next step, as we will see, is something that begins to pulse very strongly within you. There comes a time when the inner voice is so clear that ignoring it seems almost impossible, right? Well, know that this strengthening of intuition is a very strong sign that you are vibrating in the fifth dimension. Before, you might have doubted your instincts, but now, with expanded consciousness, that feeling in your chest, that goosebump, that unexplained certainty become reliable guides. It's as if the universe speaks to you in secret code. To take advantage of this new skill, it is essential to give space for intuition to manifest itself without the noise of the mind. A practical example. Try when you wake up to take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what does my higher self want me to know today? Then just listen, without judgment. This small daily habit further strengthens your energetic frequency and alignment with nonlinear time, where the rational is not king, but rather a supporting actor. In addition, trusting intuition creates an incredible opening to recognize synchronicities that accelerate your spiritual transformation. Sometimes it's a song that plays at just the right moment, advice that comes unexpectedly, or even a physical sensation, like a sudden tingling, indicating that you're on the right track. And speaking of physical sensations, there is something curious happening in the body of those who are going through this change. If you have been experiencing tingling, pressure in your head, changes in appetite or sleep, take a deep breath. This is part of the package of those who are ascending into the fifth dimension. The physical body needs to adjust to keep up with the new energetic frequency, and this sometimes generates very strange physical symptoms. It's not a disease, it's energetic realignment. As if we were changing the vibrational clothing for a lighter version in tune with the inner awakening. It is common, for example, for you to feel sleepy at unusual times or want to completely change your diet. Suddenly, natural and fresh foods seem much more attractive, right? Or else, that old strong coffee starts to weigh too much. Respecting these changes is essential for your body to flow with the nonlinear time of the universe. If you feel a tingling in your forehead, for example, it's a classic, the famous third eye activating to improve your intuition. In addition, some reports speak of hot flashes, chills, or even minor dizziness. And you know what's better? All of this indicates that your energetic system is being upgraded to support new synchronicities and deeper experiences. Instead of resisting, the tip is to welcome and listen to the body with affection. Because, my friend, soon after, this inner transformation will begin to rewrite even your life priorities. When the soul begins to vibrate in the fifth dimension, something magical happens. Priorities change without us even realizing it. What once seemed urgent, status, material possessions, unbridled running, loses its luster. Now, the focus turns to authenticity, to the real search for inner peace, for purpose, for true spiritual transformation. It's like swapping a crazy race for a hot air balloon ride, where it's all about the view, not the speed. This change in perception can be challenging at first, especially when the surroundings still vibrate at the old frequency. But, little by little, interests are naturally reorganized. A good exercise to support this process is to write a list of new spiritual priorities. Examples: cultivate patience, meditate 10 minutes a day, read books that expand consciousness. I recommend The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle, to start. Small actions, big internal revolutions. And don't be surprised if, along with this realignment, more and more synchronicities arise on your path. When you act on your expanded consciousness, the universe responds quickly, opening doors that once seemed locked. By the way, speaking of synchronicities, it's time to pay special attention to the signs that start popping up from all sides. Have you ever had that feeling of being in the right place, at the right time, with the right people, as if everything had been orchestrated invisibly? This, my dear, is the universe in action, sending out clear signals that your energetic frequency is aligned with the fifth dimension. The synchronicities appear as loving confirmations of your inner awakening, showing that the path chosen is more than right, it is vibrationally perfect. These signs can manifest themselves in subtle or overt ways. You think of a solution and someone comes up with the answer out of nowhere. Or, when changing your spiritual priorities, a book, a mentor, or a new opportunity spontaneously arises. Want a practical example? If you've been seeing repeated numbers like 1111 or 222 often, you can bet the universe is winking at you. And it's not coincidence, it's pure alignment with expanded consciousness. The best way to deepen this connection is to open yourself up even more to the small details of everyday life. Writing down these synchronicities in a journal, for example, helps to strengthen intuition and understand the personal cosmic language that is forming. And speaking of strengthening intuition, how about learning practical techniques to further polish this superpower that is already pulsating inside you? Strengthening intuition is like tuning an instrument. The more we practice, the clearer the signs of the universe become. In the fifth dimension, the logical mind still has its place, but it is the heart, that secret compass, that leads the dance. Techniques such as daily meditation, grounding, and intuitive journaling help strengthen this connection to expanded consciousness. It's not about forcing, it's about flowing with the universe. Want a simple practice to get started now? Grab a notebook, and every day before bed, write down 3 situations where your intuition guided you that day, even in the little things. Another powerful exercise is grounding, walking barefoot on the grass for 10 minutes, taking a deep breath and feeling your energy align with the Earth's energetic frequency. These are habits that, in addition to being empowering, facilitate the perception of synchronicities and subtle messages. Over time, these practices transform instinct into conscious wisdom, making room for an even deeper spiritual transformation. You begin to live in a state of permanent inner awakening, where every choice, every step, carries the serene confidence of one who is in total harmony with the whole. And well, now that you're ready to spot all of these signs, come with me and we'll tie it all together in a way that will surprise you. Now tell me, how many of these signs have you noticed in your daily life? Have you ignored the call of the fifth dimension, or are you already, without realizing it, walking hand in hand with expanded consciousness? And more, what prevents you today from truly assuming your inner awakening and putting as a priority what your soul has been screaming for a long time? Life will not wait. The universe is conspiring in your favor right now, but the choice to flow with the universe or remain stuck in the old way of living is yours alone. So, if this content opened your eyes and stirred deep within your essence, I invite you, subscribe to the channel right now, activate the notification bell, because every week we will dive even deeper into this vibrational ocean that few have the courage to navigate. Let's go together.